Hey folks, apologies, it's a little bit windy out here today, but I wanted to get this video recorded because Hollyland have sent me their Lark M2 wireless microphone, and I wanted to do some testing to see how it can work with the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Well, I have done some testing and it does work very well. In fact, you can simply hook this up to the USB port on the RC2 controller and record your voice through a screen recording whilst you are flying. Normally those screen recordings are quiet, but it is now possible to hook up a wireless microphone into that port in order to make use of it. Now you can also use a wired mic, but you will of course be tethered to the controller, which isn't a huge deal because you're going to be holding it anyway. But one thing about the Lark M2 is it has a number of other fantastic features, including the great 24-bit audio quality, the fact that each of the two transmitters are only 9 grams in weight and they're not even any bigger than a 20p piece really, and it also has very easy one-click noise activation. So this is the Lark M2 combo pack, which does include a number of receivers, including the camera receiver here in the charging hub, but also a USB-C receiver. This thing is very small, very easy to use. In fact, all we need to do is plug it straight into the USB port on our controller. Just make sure the controller is fully updated to the latest firmware. Some of the first few iterations of the software on the controller did not support external wireless mics. But also it's really important to note that not all wireless mics are going to work using this method. It all depends on the power draw of the actual receiver here. So because the Lark M2 doesn't draw much power, it is able to get what it needs from the controller and it works without issue. So I'm going to go ahead now, get the Mini 4 Pro up into the air, and the next time you hear me speaking, it will be through the wireless Lark M2, through the screen recording on the RC2 controller. Let's see how this works and sounds, shall we? Now, I don't have the noise cancellation enabled right now, but I could do that again at the click of a button. Right now, you can probably hear the breeze along with the props of the drone itself, but I think this is a really awesome system and a good way of being able to record your audio while you fly. Now, of course, this is only ground audio, but if I tell you what, you have a use case for recording the audio that your drone wants to capture, then at 9 grams, you can probably easily find a way to attach one of these transmitters to the drone itself, and just bear in mind it will take you over that 250 gram limit, and you will probably only be hearing the propellers. But hey, if you've got a use case for that, then I don't see why you can't do it. This is probably the best mic system for that job. There is no need to worry about the power draw for this receiver because the Lark M2 works absolutely fine. And this should also work, though I haven't tested it, but it should also work with the DJI Mini 3 Pro screen controller as well. That was also able to use other Hollyland wireless mic systems, so I don't see why it shouldn't be able to use the Lark M2. But just before I finish up, I will go ahead and enable noise cancellation so we can see what sort of difference it is going to make. And one thing I love is that because I've got the wind muff on the actual transmitter here, it's hard to see the LED, but the LED on the receiver changes from blue to green when I have enabled the noise cancellation, so I can easily see whether I have it on or not right here. But what sort of difference has this made? But I've turned that noise cancellation back off again. But this is such an easy system to use. For me as a content creator, being able to capture audio on the screen recording so I don't have to record on another device and then faff about syncing up in post is such a convenient thing. But even if I'm just out, you know, with the family for the day, and if I'm capturing some drone footage but also want to capture the audio at the same time, I can absolutely do that with this setup. And folks, there we have it. How simple is this to set up? Just plugging in this little receiver here into the port. It doesn't even get in the way. If you want to pick up the Lark M2 for yourself, I will leave a link down in the video description. But thanks for checking out this video. Please share your thoughts down there as well in the comment section, and I'll catch you next time. Take care, everyone.